this is an American-owned company, an American-made company. What do we do here in this plant? What happens here in this plant?
In this plant, we make it from start to finish. You know, we get our steel in either in coils or in flat sheets, and we cut it, bend it, punch it, break it, weld it, and put it together. The plastic comes in powder form. The powder is put into a mold. The mold goes into the oven, cooks it, comes out of the mold. Then we put foam insulation in it, and we seal those spots where the foam insulation goes in so that no moisture or rodents or anything can get at that insulation. And then we assemble it, put it in the box, it's ready to go to the customer.
You are the only company that actually combines both plastic and steel.
That's correct. There are a lot of companies out there that over the years that have made automatic waters out of steel. And there's several companies that make them out of plastic. But we're the only ones that use a stainless steel trough and a plastic casing and frame to get what we believe is the best of both worlds.
What makes that combo superior to just plain old plastic or plain old stainless steel?
Well, the plastic frame and casing allows us to insulate it better, allows us to keep the insulation from the elements, the water, the rodents, the things like that. And at the same time, the stainless steel allows us to put a heating element and a thermostat in there to give you a worry-free, ice-free unit that, you know, like you were talking at lunch, you could go south for the winter and not have to worry about your horses having water.
One of the things that, you know, right along those lines that I noticed, your water is really are relatively simple.
It's not rocket science. It's a very simple idea to have fresh water coming in, and as the animal drinks, it automatically refills. And so there's no rocket science there. We concentrate on reliability rather than making it so complicated that it can't be duplicated.
What do you think? What do you think is the ticket to your dependability?
Oh, it's the quality. And the quality doesn't just start on the assembly line. The quality starts in the engineering department. When we design a new product, we design it to last. So when we are putting the molds together, because we do build all our own molds, when we're putting the molds together, we're doing it to make that unit last. We're not just doing it to, you know, the curves that you see in these units aren't just to make them sexy. Those curves are there for structural soundness. So it starts at the design and then all the way through as we mold it, as we foam it, as we assemble it. Every step of the way it is quality conscious.
Tell me a little bit about the design unit. I remember going through the design unit, and I'm one of those people that I'm not an inventor, but I have great admiration for those who are. You know, if it wasn't for somebody else inventing the wheel, I never would have known how to use one.
You'd still be riding a horse.
I'd still be riding. Hey, wait a minute. So, but frankly, you know, when we went through your design unit last fall, talk to us a little bit about that, because you know, as you said, you build your own molds. You guys are from start to finish, the whole product. We don't have to outsource it to India or anything else. The whole thing is right here, hometown made.
Well, when we first started in the plastic back in 1988, we were having our molds made outside because we were new in the business. And we did that for the first few years, but the problem with that is that if you wanted to make a change, it would take you weeks. So in the early to mid 90s, we figured out that we had the capabilities to make a mold. And by doing that, if there's a change that we want to make, we can usually make that change and have it up and running within a matter of days.
Now, in the design department, I assume this is where it happens, you guys do a lot of testing. Is that in design, or where does the testing happen?
Well, the testing is in design, our engineering department has the latest in solid modeling software that they're able to not just draw it, but actually put it together, roll it over, make it work, take the lid off, watch the float go up and down. So they're able to do that on the computer before they ever send it to the tool room. Then once we've made the first generation of the product, we go through extensive testing.
You've got some pretty big organizations using Ritchie waters exclusively, like Kentucky Horse Park.
Kentucky Horse Park has been using our watering equipment since, I believe, 1997. They like it. Again, because of the plastic, they don't have to worry about their high-priced, high-dollar horses getting hurt because the plastic is a soft edge.
Yep.
They don't have to worry about the animals getting scratched up. They just love them.
You know, one of the things I like about them, there's waters out there that you could say are more solid, harder, made out of concrete or made out of solid steel. But you know what? When my horse hits this, there is some give to it.
There is some give.
It's not going to bust. You know, it's not. When my horse hits something rock solid, something's got to give. And if it's not the water unit, then it's going to be my horse. And that's one of the things I like about Ritchie, is that, like you pointed out, there's not a sharp edge on them. You can't find a place to hook or cut a horse at all. And yet at the same time, they're durable. But if my horse whacks one, there's enough flex in that durability that I don't feel like I'm going to bust my horse up on it.
That's a fact. You know, we've had horses kicking them. We've had draft horses on them, just kicking the daylights out of them. And there's sometimes that you think that the bolts are going to come loose from the concrete, but the water doesn't break.
Yeah, it just stays there. Now, tell me this. I mean, you've got units that are going to handle one horse. You've got units that are going to handle 500 head of cattle. What is how many animals will your largest unit handle?
Our largest unit will handle 500 head of beef cattle.
All right, and in that unit, it's heated?
It is heated, yes.
So there's got to be some differences, obviously, in the heating components between that one